It's hard to say it. I get it. It is very hard to say it. But, like, it's on par with No Way Home.
I would agree.
Like,
I mean, but of all the Spider-Mans, all right, we'll leave that alone.
I say of all the Spider-Man, this is the best one.
Same.
I
all right,
say
that's easy. All right,
gladly.
Calm down. Put a pin in it. We'll come back to that, all right? We're going to set that to the side. We'll come back to that. But I'm just saying.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Phenomenal.
This movie did a perfect job. All of those Spider-Men are canon.
To multiverse.
it's on par as they did in No Way Home.
Really good.
That cliffhanger, though.
Okay, here we go. What's going on, guys? So, Across the Spider-Verse. I mean, I can't help but to say it. Wow.
That cliffhanger, though.
You got to start with the cliffhanger?
Yes, that's where I'm going to freaking start.
Calm down, bro.
No.
Calm down. Take it easy.
No.
Take it easy.
I mean,
all right?
I had a feeling that they were going to do that, especially because of how long the movie had been going at that point.
Yeah.
But to see himself become the enemy, it's like I like his artistry too, like the way that they made his character is pretty good.
All right, so let me start with Spider-Man spoilers. But yeah, to see himself as the Prowler, that was
phenomenal.
The really cool thing that I liked during the movie was, and I noticed it after I watched the movie from all like the videos I've watched and everything, if you look at that scene whenever the Spot gets covered with all his darkness and everything, and he shows Miles' dad going to die and everything, and it shows the spider that was supposed to bite the other one, it shows it was supposed to bite the other Miles too, if you look back on it.
the Prowler Miles?
Yes,
Yes.
it shows him with the same dreads and everything.
I missed
Let me
that.
ask you this.
Yeah.
So when you look at in the Peter Parker who died universe from when we watched, Into the Spider-Verse, right? Peter Parker died, and the way that it was explained to him that he was a mistake, right? Such a big part of the movie where he's like, wait, like he wasn't supposed to. But really, what does that say as far as the Spider Society and also how the intricacies of the universe, how things are supposed to go? Does that mean that times can change? Could that there's things that can be?
That's the whole premise of the movie. Exactly.
Because with Gwen Stacy's dad, how he said, I quit. And she's just like, you see the confusion on her face. Why isn't this world going into that hole that what happened with Miles and whenever he saved the other captain? That was supposed to happen, but he made that decision of I quit. So
So the whole timeline changes.
So here's the thing: what changed? So is it because of Spot? When
I think it is because of Spot.
I think that's what I'm saying. Because of the catalyst it wasn't like how you said Gwen Stacy's dad made the decision, right? Which then stops the whole thing of the Spider-Man or the Captain dying, right? Like there's that whole, in every single universe, there's that. But because Gwen's dad said, I quit, and that like stopped that from happening. With Miles Morales' universe, with Into the Spider-Verse, there wasn't anything like that. It's just that this radioactive spider showed up and it bit him, but because it wasn't supposed to be. So it's because of Spot that happened.
Yeah, it has time to readjust. The timeline has time to readjust, because you notice after Miles got bit, the other Spider-Man in that universe dies, to where there's only one Spider-Man. So the universe has time to adjust.
Let me take this back to how I felt about this movie. I feel like this movie did a perfect job, and to the point where I'm watching the movie throughout its entirety, and I lost track of time. I didn't know, like, hey, this movie's been going on. Never in my mind did I go, this is going on for a long time. How are they going to end this? Are they going to, like what you said earlier, obviously they're going to be making another one because this has been going on for a long time. That didn't happen to me. So the second thing that I want to bring up is that my favorite character is Rockstar.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I want to bring up one thing. Andy asked me something that he realized right as soon as we got out of the movies. He said that Hobie took off his watch and threw it. But what I didn't notice until after I was watching these videos is the watch that he gives Gwen is not the same watch. You remember the scene whenever he's walking through like the whole Spider-Man city and everything, how he says, oh, this doesn't work anyways. Oh, this doesn't, how he's collecting all that stuff. He's gathering all that tech to build that watch that he gets for Gwen Stacy.
Oh, that makes sense.
The rock guy?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
So let me ask you something, guys. Every single Spider-Man, when you looked at, like, I was really paying attention to the Spider Society, and every single Spider-Man or Spider-Woman or everything that had the Spider-Man powers, they all had the same kind of powers. The only one truly that is so different is Miles Morales. I mean, his ability to use not only electric or shock, lightning, whatever you want to call it, and he can go cloak. He can go invisible.
He can go invisible.
So this is the first Spider-Man to be like this. And is it because the spider came from a different universe and how it interacted with him? Is that the reason why Miles Morales is?
I'd like to say we'd like to believe so, but we won't. We'll get more context. But as of now, at this point, the answer is yes, from what we know and our knowledge.
But you got to think. You got to think also about the one that has the actual robot. You know, that's totally different from any other Spider-Man. You've got the horse Spider-Man that was in there, the dog Spider-Man that was in there.
That was cat.
There's a dog too.
Okay.
I would say that they have a lot of the same attributes, but there are some that are very different.
And I also want to add that all of those Spider-Men are canon. And what was so great about what they did was the homage that, not even an homage, they're in the story. They're part of the story. All of the Spider-Men, they pulled them and they stuck to the canon storyline. Ish.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing. It's a multiverse. And the way that they did it, it allows for endless possibilities. So it was really good.
I'll go as far as to say this: it's on par the way how they did the multiverse as they did in No Way Home, if not a little bit better.
Well, they actually brought parts of that in there. There's little scenes and snippets of that multiverse coming through. So
I think how they did that.
The way they tied that together was just freaking amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, they had Tobey Maguire in there. They had Andrew Garfield in there. If I remember correctly, they even had the old Spider-Man from like the early 1970s.
Spider-Man.
They had that one, and there was something that I caught the other day. They actually have, if you didn't notice it, in multiple scenes, the Spider-Man from the game is in there.
Yeah. Most of the Spider-Man from the game are in there.
Yeah. So what they did better, what I love is that when they developed this story, in comparison to DC, they did not crap on their own storyline to mess up any of their previous Spider-Man stories. They didn't do it. They included it. They made it inclusive.
I already know Matt V's reaction to this, but I feel like this was one of the best Spider-Man. I think top 2 at least.
I would say it's on par with No Way Home.
You guys said it was one of the best Spider-Man movies of all the Spider-Man movies. Calm down.
I do.
Please calm down.
I still hold
true to that. Yeah.
I mean,
it was a great movie.
I say it's my favorite. I mean, it's not much. I mean, I give it a 97. I gave No Way Home a 96. Like, they're right there.
They brought in so much of the nostalgia,
and then to layer it on top with the character. Like, man, I love Miles Morales' character. And then both his parents, man, like, they did a great job. Gwen, she was amazing. Like, everybody just played such a great role throughout. Like, with the layer of the nostalgia, it's just so good. It was really fun.
Think about it with this. Like, this movie was good even without just having to have nostalgia as well. Like, it was that good. So that's why we are saying it is as good as those movies. If not, it's hard to say it. I get it. It is very hard to say it. But, like, it's on par with No Way Home.
I would agree.
Like,
I mean, but of all the Spider-Mans, all right, we'll leave that alone.
I say of all the Spider-Man, this is the best one.
Same.
I say that's easy. All right, gladly. Calm down. Put a pin in it. We'll come back to that. All right, we're gonna set that to the side. We'll come back to that. But I'm just saying, without the in the future, the next upcoming Spider-Man, I believe Uncle Aaron gonna help him. Is Uncle Aaron disappointed at his choices and Uncle Aaron gonna help him? No?
Yo, the way that they ended that, the way that, and he knew, that's what was so, it put the hairs up on my arm. Because when he realized, when he was glitching, as he's walking up the stairs, he's like, oh, yo, this ain't my universe. and he's looking at his uncle, and his uncle already knew off the rip when he walked in the door. He's like, yo, this ain't my Miles, because my Miles looks like this cat who's the Prowler, and he already had it set up, man. Yo, he ain't helping.
All right,
out.
well, I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now. In the next Spider-Man, Uncle Aaron helps out his current Miles Morales.
I think
the defect Miles Morales.
I think
42.
our
42.
original Miles is going to find a way out, because you saw as he was like sitting there, like he has his finger trying to reach down for that chain, and you see the sparks going back and forth to the chain and everything.
I think Gwen's gonna come through, but we'll see.
Them getting 2 movies out of this? That's genius!
So they actually announced that a while back, and I completely forgot that it was going to be a 2-part movie. And as I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is so good. This is so good. Eating my popcorn, just loving it. Mm-hmm. And then like right before it ended, I was like, oh crap, this is a 2-part. And then it ended. I was just like, oh no.
And
they
you know
can't
what's funny?
do that to me.
The new thing to do now is when you finish a movie is to look on your phone, like, is there a second end credit to this?
Yes.
There's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was not. I was just like,
not.
what?
Yeah, so don't waste your time. After the movie is over, it's over.
Mm-hmm. But it was genius to do that though, because they left it on such good cliffhanger. They didn't need anything else.
What's difficult about this just talking about this movie in general, is that no argument back or forth. Like, it's a unanimous decision. This movie was great. There's nothing to debate. I love arguing, and you guys stole that from me.
So I will say this. So I've seen videos and stuff, and I'm going to bring up the Flash movie just for a second. There's been videos saying, oh, movie of the year for the Flash. I'm like, no, that goes that goes definitely to Across the Spider-Verse.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, let me try to change gears here.
Yeah.
Miles Morales versus the Spider Society when he's trying to escape. Yo, how dope was that? Yo, I was feeling that a lot. Like, I was like, yo, this dude's taking out the whole Spider Society. How long have they been in tune with their powers? More than Miles. And Miles was able to outdo all the way he
did that planning to get the entire Spider Society out of the area that he needed them in, and then going back to it.
But
that was
so
but
good.
at the same time,
that
whole plan fails without old girl who she could have ended it right there.
Yeah, that's true. Did you notice in the other reality she was there too? Like for the team up with Gwen.
For the new team. Yeah.
New team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, what a phenomenal movie.
What would you rate it at?
Right now it's sitting at a 98. I would agree with that. 98.
98 is what I put it.
Oh no, I gave it a 97, man. I mean, I always grade these movies really hard because I'm looking at the universe as a whole.
I gave this a 98.
I give 2 scores.
I could fight for it to be 99.
I could fight for a 99 as well.
I was gonna say I would give it a 99.
Yep.
I would give it a 99 because it hit every single note that I wanted to see from a Spider-Man movie and more.
I lost track of time.
Yeah.
I lost track of time.
Me too.
The live-action Prowler.
Childish Gambino?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how they blend the live-action and the cartoons so well.
So I'm wondering if they're going to do that because they didn't show a live-action Miles Morales. I'm wondering if they're going to do that in this next one to bring him into the MCU.
I keep seeing little sneak peeks here and there.
This movie was produced by Sony, okay? Sony is the one who did this. So that's why I think it's absolutely fantastic. No diss on Marvel, but Sony, they take great pride in Spider-Man for a reason. And look at the product. You know what I'm saying?
Tobey Maguire.
So, anyway.
I would say that yes, I've heard a few rumors here and there of people that they're looking at to play a real life Miles Morales.
I've heard the guy that voices Miles Morales wants to play Miles Morales.
I would say this. Unlike The Flash, I would pay premium to go watch this in the theater. I want to go back and watch it again.
I want to go watch it again. Yeah, I'm going to buy this movie as soon as it comes out on DVD, Blu-ray, whatever it is, or Vudu, whatever it is.
Yeah, spend your money. This is one of those that you get Nerd or Nothing approval to go see this one in the theaters.
The Nerd or Nothing stamp of approval.
I love Jake Johnson, Spider-Man with the baby. I love his character.
Yes, that scene whenever he's sitting there telling Miles, "You are the reason why I have
this kid." Yes.
And like it made me go back to Into the Spider-Verse whenever he's fighting with against Kingpin with Miles and everything, and he sees Miles' progression. He pauses for a second and says, "Do I like kids?"
As far as this movie was concerned, I liked the way that they had Gwen Stacy kind of playing him. It got me. It actually, I didn't see it coming. I thought she was really trying to get back there just to get to him. And then to see her using him throughout the first part of the movie and then realizing, you know what, I can't keep doing this. I can't do this to my friend.
That part was funny. The other part that I found, I don't know why, it made me laugh. But Miles on the scene with his dad, like his dad was trying to respond to a call, and Spider-Man was trying to act like he's all cool. And his dad looked at him and he's like, "Well, I'm just saying, you gotta let him spread his wings, man." He's trying to just made me laugh, man.
I got two things. One thing goes directly off of what you were saying, Matt. That comparison, whenever Miles' dad goes to the edge of the building or the crater, whatever thing it was, and he sees the spot hole where they all just jumped in, and he goes to jump in and he says, "Nope," and he goes down the stairs. It resembles the exact moment whenever Miles goes to jump off the building for the first time, looks down the building and goes, "Nope," and goes right down the stairs. Like man. Father, like son.
So we all have our opinions on this. What do you all think about this movie? I encourage you to go see this one in theaters. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.
They're right there.
So Tobey Maguire doesn't exist? All right, so we're just gonna.
Tobey Maguire has nostalgia.
He was in Across the Spider-Verse a little bit.
Nostalgia. So the first. All right. So we're not gonna eliminate all of the original. Come on, the Green Goblin. That's not fair.
Spider-Man 3. That's Tobey. Spider-Man 3.
Hold on. It's not fair. That's not fair. I didn't say all of the Tobey Maguire movies were phenomenal, but his first one, that was game changing. There would be no Spider-Man movies without Tobey Maguire. So
how much of that thought process is nostalgia, though?
Shut up.